is the Bryant News Broadcast, featuring Chad Sabo with your Bryant updates, Nolan Thompson with the weather, Ryan Walsh with sports, and your hosts, Mike Cronin and Sarah Larrabee. And now for your Bryant News Broadcast.
A missile launched off the Southern California coast made for a beautiful sunset. The problem is, no one knows where it came from. The U.S. Navy and Air Force claim that they did not launch a missile, and the Pentagon says that the incident is completely unexplained. Adding to the confusion, the Defense Department says that if the military had planned a launch, they would have notified residents, but they are assuring at this time that the missile was not from foreign soil.
As we all wait anxiously and prepare for our Thanksgiving holiday break, there is something scary looming in the distance. You guessed it, gas prices are on the rise, again. Since the first weekend on campus this semester, gas prices have risen 16%. This past week, a barrel of oil hit a whopping $87.63, the highest price since October of 2008. At the gas pump, you will see an average price increase of about 6 cents per gallon. And as if this wasn't scary enough, economic experts predict that by the end of the year, gas prices will once again be over $3 a gallon. An increase like this will surely take the money right out of your wallet, so our advice, save your pennies for the holiday season.
Welcome to another edition of the Bryant News Broadcast. I'm Mike Cronin.
And I'm Sarah Larrabee.
Well, Sarah, bad news again, higher gas prices. I get excited whenever I go home for the weekend because I'm from New Hampshire. Gas prices about 20 cents less there, but
wow.
All across the country it sounds like gas prices will be going up, huh?
Well, I don't have a car, so I don't have to worry about that.
So neither one of us are really affected by this, I guess, huh?
I guess not, but everyone else is, and it's something to be aware of.
Yeah.
As the holiday season approaches.
Got to keep that in mind when you're going Christmas shopping. Got to account for the gas prices.
Well, speaking of the holidays, Nolan, we had some snow earlier this week as we walked to class. Is there going to be any more of that for this weekend?
Well, Sarah, it's not going to snow this weekend, but there is a slight chance of some showers tomorrow. But that's about it. Taking a look at the weekly forecast, you can see that it's going to be mostly sunshine and mid-50 temperatures. Saturday and Sunday actually will be extraordinarily warm, almost reaching 60. But other than that, it's going to be mid-50s, perfect fall weather. That's your weather for this week. Now over to Brian with sports.
Thank you, Nolan. After Sunday night's 45-7 loss to the Packers, the Cowboys are making serious changes, and it all started with the firing of head coach Wade Phillips. After a 1-7 start, their new solution, Jason Garrett. The talent's there for the boys, but it hasn't shown up to play yet this season. Why, though? Why would it show up? Phillips has lost control of his team, and it's being shown through night after night of constant embarrassment and humiliation. Jerry Jones envisioned this season as a Super Bowl year for them. Firing Phillips is the first step at getting there. Well, right now, sucks to be a Cowboys fan, but hey, there's always next season. Blame was a factor again as he beat Zenyatta in the quest for perfection on Saturday at Churchill Downs. He finished just a nose ahead of the 6-year-old Zenyatta, who would have been the first horse to retire with a perfect record. Even though she failed at perfection, she succeeded in catching the hearts and eyes of millions. Zenyatta increased ratings of the Breeders' Classic by 180% from last year. In a dying breed, horse racing needs more horses like this to draw attention to the sport. Even though she didn't win, she gave it her all, and for that, she will be remembered. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Brian. Well, scientists in Geneva recreated the Big Bang Theory using the world's largest atom smasher, resulting in a temperature 1 million times hotter than the sun's center. The $10 billion accelerator exploded a tiny ball of matter, which then melted into a shape similar to our universe. Scientists say that the experiment was a success and is sure to lead to future research.
Now for an update on a story we brought you last week. Hurricane Thomas plowed through the island country of Haiti over the weekend, but experts who have assessed the damage say that Haiti dodged the worst of Thomas's wrath. Towns are flooded and thousands are still without adequate shelter, but the most dangerous factor Haitians are facing is cholera. This preventable disease, which is spread by the exposure to dirty water, has already infected 7,000 and has claimed the lives of over 500 residents. The outbreak is expected to reach epidemic levels soon. However, as a member of the Partners in Health organization, Paul Farmer said, cholera will not go away until underlying situations that make people vulnerable change. A water filtration system is what the entire country needs, and until they receive that kind of help, this bacteria could wipe out an entire nation.
Well, Sarah, that is such a disturbing thing to hear, that it could wipe out an entire nation. Just horrible what's going on over there. I cannot even imagine.
You know, we take for granted our health. This is a preventable thing, that all they need is clean drinking water. And to think in a month or so it's going to be a year since the 7.0 magnitude earthquake hit Haiti, I just don't know why they're not in the headlines. I don't know why they're not getting the help that they need, especially that filtration system.
Couldn't agree with you more. Okay, well, we're going to send it over to Chad now with the Bryant update.
At the second annual Social Enterprise Rhode Island Summit, more than 325 business executives, community leaders, and students spent the day sharing ideas and strategies about how social enterprise can play a role in attracting businesses, adding jobs, and improving social services with less reliance on public funding. The conference served as the official launch of Buy with Heart, the nation's first social enterprise consumer awareness campaign, which encourages the purchase of products and services from Rhode Island's more than 100 social ventures. Courtney Matix, from the class of 2012, summed up the experiment. She quoted, "Bringing everyone together for a good cause made me realize how rewarding it can be when you use your time and energy to plan a beneficial event." In other news, men's basketball head coach Tim O'Shea said the Bryant Bulldogs basketball team are right where he expected them to be entering their third year in Division I. O'Shea feels he and his players are ready to make last year's 1-29 season only a bad memory. Several players who were hurt last season, most notably Cecil Gresham, the team's leading scorer, and he's back and ready to play. 3 newcomers are expected to be the immediate contributors. Frankie Dobbs, who sat out last season after transferring from Ohio, where he played 1 season for O'Shea, is ready to step in as a starting point guard. Back to you, Mike.
Well, thanks, Chad. Yeah, hopefully this year, 1-29 season will be a thing of the past, and we'll see some more wins this year.
Yep, hopefully we won't be on ESPN for having the lowest record, but maybe we'll have the highest and be able to.
Maybe a positive thing on ESPN this year. We'll look for that. Yep. All right, thanks for tuning in to the Bryant News broadcast. See us every week here on Channel 68. I'm Mike Cronin.
I'm Sarah Larrabee. Have a great week.